Hello everybody, my name is John Hamilton. I'm a freelance writer based here in Yorktown, Virginia, and it's April 29th, 2020, and obviously it's been a rough year for everyone. We're about a third of the way through and we got a long way to go, so we're all doing our best to stay safe. But was there ever a year in human history that was considered the worst year ever? Well, you can go back to some bad years. 1968, you had the Hong Kong flu. That was pretty bad. My dad was a Vietnam vet. He talked about that one quite a bit. You can go back to 1957 for the Asian flu, and that was big. I know over 100,000 Americans died. Then the year before that, 1956, there was a big polio outbreak, so you had that back-to-back years. You go back to 1918, that was the Spanish flu, and a lot of people died there. And that was right off the heels of the end of World War I. So that was obviously a really bad time. And then you could pick any of the wars in history, and we tend to glamorize wars in the movies, but they're actually horrific for the people that fought in them and for the civilians as well. So, but scientists picked one year. Well, you also had 1347, which was the Black Death. That was the big deal there too, the plague. But scientists picked one year that was a really, really bad year, and that was the year 536. But what happened in 536 that scientists consider that one of the worst years in history? Okay? Was it a series of deadly earthquakes? Was it B, a series of volcanic eruptions? Was it C, another Black Death or plague? Or was it D, scientists don't really know. They haven't figured it out yet. All right, now as always with my trivia questions, I'll give you a few seconds to pause, and spoiler alert, I'll give away the answer. Okay, the answer was volcanic eruptions. Yes, and I guess the way they know this is through ice. You know, they look at glaciers and ice and they drill into them and they can see what happened each year, kind of like the way they use, not quite the same thing, but the way they examine tree rings, right? And they've determined there was a lot of ash from the volcanoes. And the main problem, obviously it changed the weather, but it caused a huge famine because a lot of the crops failed. And evidently this went on for about 104 years to 640. So this was a long-term event. So that was a bad century. So my goodness. So, but anyway, that's it. So everybody stay safe and do your best, and we'll see you for the next video. Goodbye.